What's going on, Assassins? It's Dark Shard of the YouTube Assassin, and today we're taking a look at one of my favorite entries in the series, Assassin's Creed Revelations. That's right, this game, I'll say it again, one of the favorites in the series for me. These events of this game take place with a much older Ezio Auditore de Firenze. And what happens is that he is on a quest to uncover more secrets in regards to the Order. The Order being the Brotherhood of the Assassins. Now, he goes to Masyaf, which is where Altair had originally been. And he's hoping to unlock some secrets here, which is kind of amazing because we find out through the course of this game that not only is Ezio in the correct spot to find Altair's secrets, but Altair at one point actually comes back here, lives the rest of his days out here, and now there's a secret chamber and a secret library that has to be discovered. And again, Ezio is hoping beyond hope to discover more secrets for the Assassin Brotherhood. Now, of course, it wouldn't be a game without Templars, and of course the Templars are also there trying to stymie his efforts. Although he does go to Constantinople, and he does find brothers in that area which help him out. So it's really cool because this establishes canon that there are still assassins that were here and that the Brotherhood actually advanced worldwide. And of course, that's what we know, that's what you see in all future games. But way back when this game came out, that was something absolutely incredible. Now, the cutscenes were amazing. The story itself, I thought, was absolutely incredible. And just seeing him in his twilight years, it was kind of like amazing. He also finds his future here. This is where he discovers who his wife will be. He doesn't die alone. He can't die alone, obviously, because Desmond still has to be born. And this is Desmond's great-whatever grandfather, who is still a badass as old as he is. That's right, Ezio. This is your final game, and it rocks. Now, the gameplay is as you should expect. It's kind of weird going back to this gameplay because this was originally what it was. You had AC1, 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations all had similar actions as far as button pushes and whatnot. The controls were all the same, and the fight sequences were actually pretty good. If you knew the button presses, you could actually do massive combos where you could kill 10 or more people in a row with just one push of a button, and it was just amazing. They don't do this anymore. I don't know why. Everything is pretty much just, like standard hack and slash. But back here, you used to have to be able to actually dodge and even just block, parry, and you would go into the next motion, which I thought was pretty cool. So why they changed that, I don't know. By the time they get to AC3, that's when everything just went crazy. The map was not huge. It was, a decent size. There was plenty of stuff to do running around. There were plenty of collectibles to collect. And then you would earn an income by purchasing various spots. Not just actual landmarks, historical landmarks in fact, but you would also have to find treasures, and you could make purchases of other things such as bookshops, banks, tailors, armorers, etc., etc. And the more you had, the more income you made per day, which was pretty good. The actual weapons that they had and the system for the weapons was incredible. You had all kinds of stuff, not just swords, not just the hidden blade, but other things. Smoke bombs, darts. You had a gun in your freaking holster. It was absolutely amazing. On top of that, you could also gain other assassins, you could grow your brotherhood, find other people to join you, and then they would be usable in combat. So you could walk around the streets and just use them, or even in the middle of a mission, you could bring them out and they would go and attack for you. You would actually have a mini game in which you have to defend or conquer other places, and that is how your assassins leveled up. They didn't level up by attacking random soldiers out in the field like you would. They leveled up by going to all these different places around the world and attacking, performing missions. They would come back, you would gain income from that, and you would also gain materials to upgrade certain things or even to build certain things. The story with Desmond was absolutely incredible as well. Poor Desmond, after the events of Brotherhood, went into a sort of shock, and the only way that they thought to bring him out of it was actually to stick him in the Animus and leave him there. The belief was that the machine would actually help his mind heal. He was getting confused where he was bleeding into Altair's life and Ezio's life. So the machine would kind of divide them. But what was really cool about this journey was that during certain cutscenes, during certain things, you were on the Animus Island, in which you were basically in the core of the Animus. It was him just running around a tiny little island of no significance other than it was the Animus. It was the Animus's insides, the machine. There he also met Subject 16, Clay, who had left all of the little clues behind in the previous entries. On top of that, you could do these little story missions like I'm in right now, and you would learn all about Desmond. It actually gave him substance. You would go and do these things and you would find out about his life, what happened to him, how he had his falling out with his father, all kinds of things like that. It actually humanized him and gave his father a backstory. It made you understand why he just ran off, why he didn't want to be an assassin. Because when we run into him in the first game, he's kind of a goofball. It's just like, he was aloof. He was just there. He heard about assassins. He didn't care about it. He ran away to New York. He became a bartender, and he was just a punk. Here, we kind of understand and get a feel for what caused him to do all that. Why did he run away? Did he have to run away? And what was his relationship with his father, as well as the other assassins that he was growing up with? And it just gives him an amazing backstory. So this is another reason you could play this. It was absolutely incredible. Now, the game has everything that you would want in an Assassin's Creed game. What makes an Assassin's Creed game? Well, obviously the hidden blade. And, of course, he has the double blade, and he has a brand new blade, which is given to him by his brothers over in Constantinople. And then, of course, there is the parkour, there's the climbing, things like that you really need for an AC game to succeed. Along with that, there's all these other little side things that they do, a bunch of new things that you can do that keeps the game fresh. You have all the missions like normal. You do have a couple of the things where in order to get 100% synchronization, you have to make sure that you complete certain tasks, but everything is here. The old school eagle vision, instead of using an actual eagle or a raven or anything like that. It was a lot of fun, and it still is a lot of fun. It holds up to the test of time, and I greatly enjoyed this. Now, again, this was the very last time that we see Ezio in a game. Well, not exactly. Well, as a playable character, I'm going to say. I'm going to correct it like that. As a playable character, this is the last time we see him, because we do see him in other games. He's just not playable, but he is part of the story. Now, Ezio is still as warm and fun as he's always been. His personality really, really made the series for me. Although there were some people who did not like this game. What happened was that the reception this game got some people felt like, okay, we're too much on Ezio. These games came out one after the other. It was AC2, then it was right after Brotherhood, then it was Revelations, and people were kind of feeling like, okay, we're only going to be dealing with Ezio forever, or Altair, or kind of like ghosts of Altair. You do deal with a lot of ghosts of Altair here, and people were kind of like sick of it. People felt that the synchronization was asking too much. People felt that the missions were too lengthy, too similar, and too much. So this game actually scored the lowest out of all the other games in the Ezio trilogy. Although, again, I'm telling you, for me, it was a lot of fun. It was a great way to say farewell to this assassin, who I consider to be the greatest assassin out of the entire series. So far, that is. He's definitely better than Eivor. He's definitely better than Cassandra and Alexios. But, you know, that's just my opinion. Now, there are cutscenes in which you can play and see what was going on with Altair. Altair, at this point, as I said earlier, came back to Masyaf, started it all up, had his family, his wife, his 2 children. They grew up as assassins. He continued the Brotherhood here, and he just went about his business. Eventually, when the Templars come, he evacuates Masyaf, and he hides in a grand library, which again is what Ezio is searching for. Now, for some people, again, the plot was too much. They didn't want to be dealing with Ezio and Altair. And the location, they feel like, you know, it was already done before. It was kind of crazy. The way Ezio meets his future wife, they felt that that was just really ridiculous. They felt that it was womanizing. Here, Ezio is an older man, and he gets with a younger woman who is just absolutely fascinated by him. And, I mean, she really does have the right to be fascinated by him, because he is just a mystery. He's an enigma. But anyway, let me know what you think of this game. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Did you want to see the end of Ezio, or did you want to see Ezio continue? Do you think that the series could have been carried with this character that they made so much about? And what are your thoughts on him as an assassin as opposed to other assassins? Did you play the Ezio trilogy, or do you remember this before it even was a trilogy, back on the PS3 and the Xbox 360? I'd love to hear from you. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. Until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. I'll see you all in the next one.